All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. The National Football League's latest mega deal belongs to Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, as he and the team have agreed on a 5-year extension for 275 million. Now, 200 million of that contract is guaranteed, while Lawrence gets a signing bonus of 37.5 million. And now, as Lawrence, it just became one of the NFL's highest paid quarterbacks with one stroke of the pen. Will he be able to live up to his contract? I say this because quarterbacks historically are the highest paid players on the football field, but they are also judged by their wins and losses. And in 3 seasons in Jacksonville, Lawrence's record so far in the regular season is just 20-30, and he does have one playoff appearance with one playoff victory on his resume. Now, clearly, you can make a case of the 2021 season, that was Lawrence's rookie year, being a throwaway due to the fact that this was the year where Urban Meyer was the head coach of the Jaguars. And of course, that was a disaster from the word go. Now, Lawrence and the Jaguars did show improvement in 2022 under head coach Doug Peterson. We saw them be able to catch the Tennessee Titans late in the season to win the AFC South. And then, of course, that improbable win in the wild card round when they had that big comeback at home against the Los Angeles Chargers. But you look at the Jaguars, and in order for them to become a legit threat in the AFC, Lawrence must get better. And it starts with him taking better care of the football. We're talking about in 3 seasons as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Trevor Lawrence has 39 interceptions on his resume, which includes leading the NFL in that category with 17 as a rookie, and he has 33 fumbles as well. Lawrence definitely needs more pocket awareness, and he's going to have to become the leader that the Jags need him to be. You look at it, I know that Jacksonville lost Calvin Ridley in free agency, and he stayed within the division and he signed with the Titans, but there's still talent on the offensive side of the football around Trevor Lawrence. You got running back Travis Etienne. You just brought in former Buffalo Bills wide receiver Gabe Davis. You've got Christian Kirk, and you have tight end Evan Ingram. But this thing for me is like it's showing Jacksonville's commitment to Trevor Lawrence and the fact that they do believe in him. Okay, you look at it right now. I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it. In this era of football in the National Football League, more than ever, you need that guy at the quarterback position, and you really need him on the AFC side. I mean, I'm not going to rattle off all of the names, but you think about it. If you're going to get out of the AFC and get to the Super Bowl, you've got to go through Patrick Mahomes, the likes of Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, and Joe Burrow, just to name a few. So you've got to have that guy at quarterback. And clearly, Jacksonville believes that Trevor Lawrence is their guy. Now, on average, this is going to pan out to about $55 million per season. And like it or not, that's right on the going rate, if you will, for what a starting quarterback in the National Football League is going to be paid right now. I'll tell you like this. I know that there are some people who might agree with this deal, some people who are going to look at it sideways, but in a couple of years, especially if Trevor Lawrence is able to excel, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute, you can sit back and come back to this and say, hey, you know what? Jacksonville got him on the cheap. But it's one of those where if you're the Jags, you took this guy first overall in the 2021 NFL draft. You're not going to give up on him as yet. And I'm going to touch on that in a moment. And, Trevor Lawrence has shown flashes. Okay. He hasn't been a great quarterback, but he has shown flashes, and he does have a division championship and a playoff win on his resume. Like I said, there's a lot to clean up there. He has to be better. with the football. And it's one of those where, sometimes we expect the quarterback to come in and excel right away. It doesn't work like that for everybody right away. But Trevor Lawrence has to get back to being the Trevor Lawrence that helped the Clemson Tigers win a national championship collegiately. He has not been that guy in the National Football League yet, as far as being able to take over a game. The talent is there, okay, but you have to work on that and cultivate it. And I think the arm strength is there, but at the end of the day, he's got to be a little bit more accurate with the football, and also, like I said, taking care of the football. Even if you go back to 2022, that year in the playoffs when they lost to the Chiefs, their defense gave them every single opportunity to win that game, but there were some costly turnovers in the second half by Trevor Lawrence that cost Jacksonville that game. And if you're going to go out there and beat a team like the Chiefs, you've got to bring your A game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So you look at this, and it's all about the working marriage for Jacksonville between Trevor Lawrence, head coach Doug Peterson, and general manager Trent Baalke. They are all now attached at the hip. And it's one of those where a lot of people are going to say, will Lawrence be able to live up to the contract that he just received? And again, I think it comes back down to the fact of quarterbacks are going to be judged by their wins and losses and their championships. Uh, can Trevor Lawrence get Jacksonville to a Super Bowl? I'm not sure. Okay, but it's one of those where clearly they believe in him and they're not going to start over at that position just yet. Like I said, there is still talent there for Trevor Lawrence. He's just got to find a way to take it to the next level, and the coaches around him and the organization, they have to put him in the best position possible. But like I said, it comes down to his ability to take care of the football. If Trevor Lawrence can find a way to improve on ball security, pocket awareness, and all of those intangibles that you need from a starting NFL quarterback, and all of the things that that made people think, back to his rookie season at Clemson, like, hey, you know what, this guy has the it factor. I think that is something that maybe going into year four, we can see that from Trevor Lawrence with the Jags. But nonetheless, the Jags believe in him. He's their guy going forward, and let's just see if Trevor Lawrence is able to live up to the deal. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.